Getty Eurozone warning GDP not resilient enough to ride next economic downturn. The ECB's response has been to take a painkiller approach of cutting interest rates to near zero and the buying up of government bonds. Tim Focas, Parliament Street yesterday. The bloc's winter 2018 Interim Economic Forecast for gross domestic product growth and inflation for all the members of the 28-nation EU said growth in the 19 countries sharing the euro would be 2.3% in 2018 and 2% in 2019. However, last month the EU's statistics office Eurostat estimated Eurozone growth was 2.5% in 2017, suggesting a 0.2% slowdown in the year ahead. One of significant issues consuming leaders in Brussels is reportedly coming from German voices within the bloc's policy program, who want an end to quantitative easing measures upon which the Eurozone has become dependent. But the end, if central banks buying or selling government bonds, could have major repercussions for the maintenance of Italy's debt. As she heads for the polls, bond markets are facing an uncertain period as Italy, the main beneficiary of quantitative easing, could well elect an anti-Euro alliance of the radical Five-Star movement and the right-wing Lega Nord, after the Five-Star took a 27% lead in the polls. Tim Focas, Director of Financial Services at Westminster think tank Parliament Street, says that although Europe is boasting of better-than-expected GDP growth results, there remains a number of risks from around the continent that could potentially spark another downturn. Mr. Focas said these latest growth figures are underpinned by the fact that the economic fundamentals of the Eurozone are still not resilient enough to ride the next downturn. Greater European centralized money creation and political integration has left national governments weaker. Over the past decade, at the height of the 2011 Eurozone meltdown, the risk of defaults pushed government borrowing costs through the roof and added greatly to the financial stress of nations. Getty growth in the 19 countries sharing the euro will be 2.3% in 2018. The Daily Telegraph reported the sudden sell-off on Wall Street and across global bourses over recent days suggests that a liquidity squeeze is already underway. Tim Congdon, for the Institute of International Monetary Research, told the newspaper, "Everybody knows that the nation being bailed out by QE is Italy, so this is a fundamental problem for the ECB." He said, "We are undoubtedly going to see a tapering of global growth in 2018 because of the actions already taken by central banks to reverse QE. I don't expect a recession because central banks will have to change course once they see the numbers weakening." Mr. Focas sounds a further warning to the EU's continuing pursuit of full economic and political integration. He said the ECB's response has been to take a painkiller approach of cutting interest rates to near zero and the buying up of government bonds. The problem with this approach across a monetary bloc is that it requires full alignment between economic and political institutions. If President Macron's dream of a euro area-style government comes true, then greater political and economic integration could be just around the corner.